Hello amazing people, Hazel Bulubisi here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new and you like what you see, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Today we'll be sharing entrepreneurship tips for beginners, and I have a guest with me, so I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Miriam and I. I am an entrepreneur. I am a social media marketer. My business is called Mima Consultancy. Oh, and I have another Mima Closet. If you need boots and you're a woman and you're in Kenya, please Mima Closet. If you're a man, you're looking for a gift, please
For your
Mima
wife, for your girlfriend,
for your girlfriend, for your sister, for your wife,
for
whatever.
everyone.
Exactly. Mima Closet. If you're in Italy and you want to shop for a friend in Kenya, Mima Closet.
Yes, make sure to check out her page. I'm sure you've seen her before. I've mentioned her so many times in many of my videos. So
I'm a bit popular here.
Yes, we're happy to have her back as always. So I'd ask, what are the tips? Because I brought her on because she's an expert at these things. And I just wanted her to explain for us, as a beginner or even as a student or someone who knows nothing about entrepreneurship, where should you start from, and what tips would you give us to work around it?
Okay, so the first tip I'd share is start small. And I think because we are so used to, like, giving ourselves a pat on the back when we do big things. But really with entrepreneurship, there's so much beauty in starting small and seeing how this thing that you started, like over here, growing to this point. So there's no shame in starting small. If you have the capital to start big, fine. But at least if you have the capital, have the expertise. And if you don't have then the expertise, then at least get someone who has experience in entrepreneurship. But don't start big because you have the money. Money is not what makes you start a business. That's like this size instead of a small business. So start small. There's no shame in starting small. Again, if you have the capital to start a big business, fine, but make sure you have the experience, or you partner with someone who has the experience. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. By starting small, even look at it, not even just only business or even investing, are there certain examples you can give someone to say what they can start with? Is it like money market funds or using a savings account or such stuff?
Okay, so actually I'll tell investing and I'm getting capital for your business.
Okay.
So an example would be, let's say you're a student, you're in your first year of university, and you want to start a business and you also want to invest. So you can decide, from this little money that I have, a percentage is going to be going to my money market fund, as an example. And so, of course, when your money is in a money market fund, that means your money is gaining interest. So you have to do your research, find a money market fund that has proper interest. Don't just open a money market fund because you want to open a money market fund. Do your research, see. So this one is giving us this interest, this one is giving us this interest. So get one that's credible and one that has a good interest rate. And then now you saved your money there, so your money is still earning interest. And then you say, I want to save like this, maybe if you're in Kenya, you want to save maybe 100,000 Kenyan shillings, which there's so many businesses you can start with less than 100. But let's assume you want to save 100,000 Kenyan shillings and 100 because you want to start with 50. Or 40, and then the 60 or 50 is going to be like your backup money, because you always need to have savings for your business. Yeah. So you can start with that, maybe 40,000, 50,000, and then now this other one is you've invested that money, your money is still growing, it's getting an interest, and it's acting as maybe your emergency fund or your saving account for your business. So I'll give an example with my business, Mima Closet. When I started, my goal was always to eventually sell new shoes, but I didn't have the capital for that. So what I did is I took the money that I had, I started selling thrift boots, and then with time I got enough capital to now transition into new shoes. So I didn't wait to get the capital for the new shoes. I used what I had, grew it until it got to that point.
Okay. So what's the next tip?
The next tip I'd say, talk to people with different sized businesses.
Okay.
So one mistake, I don't know whether it's a mistake, but one thing I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs do is comparing ourselves to other business
people.
owners. Exactly. Yet our businesses are probably totally different.
Yeah.
Someone has like 100 employees, you yourself, or you only have one person in your team, but then you're looking at the challenges this person is going through, and then you're comparing your business, or even the growth of this person, and you're comparing your business to that. So it's very important to talk to different people, at least so that you know, okay, so when people and when businesses are like this particular size, like my business size, it's normal to experience these issues.
Okay.
Then when I get to this stage, it's normal to experience certain issues. This is how I maneuver through this and this issues. So talk to people who have different sized businesses, so that at least you know, maybe you're giving yourself so much pressure and your business shouldn't even be going through whatever it's going through. You're just being a bit too hard on yourself. So yeah, talk to different people, different business owners, and just learn from a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question in regards to business. Let's say, let me give myself as an example. I know nothing about business.
Yeah.
And let's say I want to start a business. Is there like a tip you can give in the sense that I am able to choose what type of business I want? Is it to sell stuff, or what? What should I look at? What should help me be able to know what type of business I can start?
Okay, so there are different ways. There's one you look at, I have experience in this. So for example, you're a med student, you're about to graduate, then you're going to practice and all that. Then eventually you can decide, I want to start my own practice. That's a business in its own. Yeah, so you look at your experience. So like for me, because I did marketing in uni and I did a lot of marketing after uni, my second business, Mima Consultancy, was based on my experience. So you can look at your experience. The other thing you can look at is your passion. So I like cooking. I can decide to change that passion into a business. But you also have to be very careful with that, because businesses can be so hectic, and try draw the line so that you don't hate your passion. Yeah, remember, this is a business. It can be very hectic, especially when you make your passion, change your passion into a business. But try draw the line. But I mean, there are people who love what they do, and that also makes it easy for them to continue their business. The other thing can be a need-be basis, on a need-be basis. So for example, you can start a business. Honestly, this business, you're giving it 2 years. And the reason you're giving this business 2 years is, I'm giving this business 2 years so that I make this money and eventually do something I'm passionate in, something I have experience in, but I don't have the capital for that. So this business solely is for that. So there's no shame. Maybe say when you close a business after 2 years, as long as it served its purpose, it's fine. You can only start a business to serve another business or another interest that you have in like the long term.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, moving on to tip number 3.
So the third tip would be establish a routine. Most entrepreneurs, especially when you've just started, you work alone. And it's very easy for you to decide, I'm going to wake up at 10 a.m. There's no boss who's going to ask me any questions. There's no one who I'm accountable to. So it's yourself. So it's very important for you to establish a routine. This is the time I'm going to wake up. This is what I'm going to do in the morning. This is what I'm going to do in the afternoon. Because it's very, very easy for you to realize, like, I know if we're being honest, a lot of business owners, if you ask them, did you achieve your Q1 goals? They probably didn't achieve them. And that's because there's no discipline. Like, you haven't established a routine and know, on this day, this is what I'm doing. These are the business goals that I'm going to achieve. And also that helps with, at the beginning of the year or at the beginning of every month, you set goals for your business. So I usually say set annual goals and then break them down into quarterly goals, and then after that, each and every month. So the activities that you do are dictated by the goals that you had set. So that makes it easier for you to set a routine. So at least you know, these are the things that I need to do in my business today. Tomorrow, this and this is what I'm doing, and this is going to help me achieve this and this goal that I had set for my business.
You just have to have a work ethic, a proper work
ethic. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. The fourth tip I'd share is separate your finances. And I know everyone is only singing this song, but let me tell you, especially if you this is maybe like for me, I've never been employed. So business, and considering it's retail, I have a lot of cash flow. But it's very easy for you to assume you have so much money, yet that money is for your business. So when you sit down, you might even find like you have 200,000 bob in your account as an example. And then you do your math and realize out of this 200,000 bob, I personally only have maybe 40,000 bob. The rest has to be consumed by the business. There's stock that I need to buy. There are people that I need to pay. There's a lot that needs to be done. There's advertising that needs to be done. All that requires money. So separate your finances. Know that this is my personal money and this is my business money. Pay yourself from your business. Don't touch your business money. And it's really, really hard. You know how sometimes, like when you're employed, you know, my salary is maybe 30,000 bob. As an example, businesses, I know sometimes, especially when you start, you're like, okay, so we're going to pay ourselves this amount of money. Then you realize not every month your business is able to achieve that. So there are months your business is going to do well, other months your business won't do so well. So you can come up maybe with a percentage and say, from the net revenue that we've gotten, I'm going to take this percentage as my salary. The rest, that belongs to your business, so put it in your business account, not your personal account. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you should have separate accounts for everything.
Yes.
So
have a separate account for your business, have a separate account for your personal needs. Yeah.
Okay. So after separating your finances, what else should you do?
Be ready for the sacrifices. Especially when you start business. And even by there at whatever age, you realize a business, I always say it's like your baby, it's like a child. So the same way, okay, that's a bit extreme, but the same way a mother gets a child and things change, or even a father, there's some things you have to sacrifice. For business, it's the same thing. So things like your social life, not that you won't have a social life, but it's maybe Saturdays you are used to, your Saturdays are free, and now there's some business that you need to attend to on Saturday. So there are sacrifices that need to be made, or also some luxuries in life. So you say, for now, I'm going to focus more on building my business, and then I'm going to give my business like 2 years to at least to grow, and then now I'm going to have a bit more money for myself. So you realize sometimes even with business, your business can consume a lot of your money. You'll have to invest a lot in your business, which is perfectly normal, and then that money is eventually going to come back. So there are a lot of sacrifices that are made, and you need to be very prepared for them. So, or also if you're a student, so I remember like when I was in uni when I started my business, there days my friends would want to hang out, and there days I'd want to hang out with them, but I'd be like, oh, I have deliveries I need to pack and all that. So those are sacrifices no one really prepared me for, but I later came to realize as a business owner, there are sacrifices that just have to be made for your business to grow.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and tied to that, my sixth tip would be enjoy the process. Let me tell you, the way people talk about business, have you seen this meme? No one prays harder than a business owner. And it's true. Business, by the way, is not a walk in the park. It's not, like, people say men have character development. Have you started a business? Have you started a business, my friend? Character development, you give your all.
So are they the same? One
business is
worse.
We think business humbles you. It humbles you in ways
but at least that one, it humbles you and you get something good out of it.
And people who've had to close down their businesses after giving their businesses everything.
But at least they gained experience.
Okay, I want to give men the power that you guys had as more than our businesses. You want to character develop me? Been there, done that. No, but I think, honestly, businesses, man, the anxiety, like for me, I don't think there's anyone who's ever given me anxiety. My business has given me
more anxiety.
Yeah, like even had to learn how to deal with anxiety because of my business, dealing with being in the moment and not thinking about, okay, so there's a shipment coming, how much is it going to cost? There's COVID, lockdown in China, and my items are there, how are they going to come? And just being present and being in the moment. So just enjoy the process, because there's a lot. And honestly, the talk of that, you know, sometimes you're like, I'm a business owner, there are two reactions you'll get. Oh, at least you can wake up at whatever time. There's usually that reaction. And then there's also, hey, I'm sorry. How is it? And especially now when the economy has just been, you know, in the pits.
Yeah.
It's quite crazy, but there's also a lot of pleasure in business. Like taking a step back and being like, oh my God, last year a time like this, this is where I was. Now this is where the business is. Last year we couldn't even afford this. Now I can afford this. I couldn't employ someone. I started alone. Now I have one person. It doesn't even have to be 2-3 people. Now I have one person. So just learn how to enjoy. Learn also to enjoy the lessons that you learn. Like now, like I said, I had to learn how to deal with anxiety. I had to learn how to be present. Those have made me a better person. If I didn't have a business, probably I wouldn't have learned those things. You learn how to deal with people. You learn how to deal with difficult clients. You learn how to deal with employees. Your social skills become better. So there's a lot of beauty in business, and it's up to you to just also not focus so much on the negatives, because the negatives will always be there, but also learn how to enjoy the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you conclude? Do you have any advice in terms of investing, in terms of business, or even just general life advice you'd want to tell people?
There's something that I've been reminding myself this year, like almost every single day, and this too shall pass. And I was even discussing it with my friend today, and especially because right now, like I've been seeing it on Twitter, a lot of people saying, check up on your friends who have businesses, because things are getting tough, and it's true, but I just keep reminding myself that this too shall pass. So even in business, I want you to remind yourself that this too shall pass. You'll have a really, really bad day. I've cried enough times because of my business. Like, it's just been a bad day. And then like a week later, I'm busy laughing, forgetting that, you know, there's a day I felt like I'm going to close down my business. Oh, and also you'll want to close down that business so many times, but never make that decision when you're not okay.
Okay.
Remind yourself this too shall pass. A week later, revisit. Ask yourself, when you're now very much okay, ask yourself, my need for closing that business, is it because I wasn't okay then and I was having a bad business day, or is it a logical reason? Like, for sure this business is not growing. So remember, this too shall pass. You want to close your business, then remind yourself also that feeling is going to pass, and you want to close it down. Every single month there's a day that you'll be 100% sure this business, high blood pressure, away from me, this business, I'm closing it down. I wasn't born to suffer. You're going to tell yourself those things, and then a week from then you're so proud of your business, you're telling everyone about your business. So yeah, this too shall pass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for coming and
You're
for
welcome.
sharing with us these tips. I hope they were helpful for you, and take what you can, and if it's all of them, if it's some of them. And I think even the tips she gave doesn't necessarily only apply to business. I think it applies to just life in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, take what you can, and I guess that will be the end of this video.
Yeah.
So see you next week.
Subscribe to
Bye.
my channel.
Oh yes, she has a channel. I'm sure you already know if you're a very loyal subscriber.
Oh,
you
yes.
don't know. But anyway, I'll post it here just in case you don't, and I'll leave her link to her channel in the description box.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And make sure you subscribe to this one. Okay, not for real.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.